On today's episode, we're going to take a quick look at Nvidia. This is my favorite company right now, and there is, I want to say, a secret weapon Nvidia has that no one is talking about, and that is the automotive market. Nvidia believes this is a $300 billion market opportunity, and many people might be like, Jose, how is that possible if the auto industry is the smallest revenue segment for Nvidia? On today's episode, I want to explain why this has huge potential growth, share my overall thoughts, and if this is your first time, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment for free Discord, free newsletter, and a lot of great investing links. So let's get started. So first, let's take a quick look at daily price action. We can see Nvidia right now is down about 4% on the day. So right now, there's no major news impacting just the general semiconductor market. It does seem this is more like a general news impacting of what the Fed might do and kind of the overall thoughts of the global economy at the moment. So like I mentioned, I do believe one of Nvidia's secret weapons right now is the automotive market, and I don't believe it's getting much recognition. And I understand why not. We can take a quick look at Nvidia's most recent presentation that they showed on their GTC keynote, that they believe the automotive market is a $300 billion market opportunity for Nvidia. And this is insane, right? The gaming market is only 100 billion. But when I first looked at this, I was like, how is that possible? Right now, the automobile industry, we can take a quick look at, is only 125 million of that $7.6 billion this company made most recent quarter. So this is literally the smallest portion of Nvidia's revenue, yet management believes this could be the hugest market opportunity. So I wanted to dig a little bit closer into these products. So let me start off with a quick explanation of Nvidia solutions. They kind of hit three main markets. They hit the hardware, they hit the infrastructure, and they hit the software. And I kind of done this quick presentation where we're going to take a quick look at. So the first solution is in the hardware department. Nvidia has kind of created a system on chip, which is expected to be the brain of most autonomous vehicles, right? Outside of just having the brain, Nvidia also has kind of created this one and all package where if you are an automotive company, you can just kind of buy a full platform. This platform, for example, comes with numerous sensors like radars, like ultrasonics, sensors, lidars, for example, other types of cameras, and it also comes with that kind of hardware brain chip that we mentioned before. So you can kind of just buy an all-in system from Nvidia and partners. So those are their kind of hardware solutions. Now we also know that Nvidia has kind of created numerous software solutions. Here are some of, for example, the applications that Nvidia has been working with. For example, Drive Concierge, parking, Drive Chauffeur, data collection, data labeling, drive mapping, and so much more. Next, if we go back to the presentation, we can see Nvidia also has this kind of digital world they call it their drive simulation. And this is a digital world created on Nvidia's Omniverse that follows the rules of physics. This is definitely a game changer, in my opinion, for late starters. A lot of early competitors in the autonomous vehicle market have kind of collected real data, but the late entries, or maybe the ones that just wanted to wait a bit more before the AV market was kind of known to kind of start to grow, they waited. And Nvidia provides solutions where you can kind of start collection of artificial data to train your autonomous vehicle algorithm. Next, Nvidia also creates infrastructure. Like I mentioned, we kind of talk a lot about autonomous vehicles. All that needs a lot of processing power. So Nvidia creates both the hardware. They also create super power servers that as a company you can use to kind of process all this data and make sure your algorithms are working as intended. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and keep listening for this great offer we have for the community. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investments. So I'm proud to partner with the Motley Fool to bring you a discount for one of my favorite services the Fool offers, the Motley Fool Stock Advisor. Go to fool.com/Jose to sign up and get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor has been a market-beating service. So what are you waiting for? Thanks again for the Motley Fool. Now on to today's points. So next we can see Nvidia also shared that they are a leader in almost all segments. So they are in 20 of the 30 passenger EV vehicles right now. That is insane. Out of 7 of the 10 trucking companies that are working in some form of autonomous driving, in 8 out of the 10 robo taxis right now, and 30 of the 30 autonomous vehicle data centers. And I do believe this is where a big misconception happens with this automobile industry. Many people be like, Jose, $300 billion in the market of automobiles. I don't believe that many vehicles get sold per year. And that is true. So the great thing, like I mentioned, Nvidia doesn't just have solutions that go inside the car, but they're helping create the technology that's going to improve the algorithms for this autonomous vehicles. And a lot of companies need to invest in that infrastructure. So next, I want to talk a little bit about their GTC keynote, which was March 23rd, where they showcased a lot of the new products. And first, we're going to start off here with the Nvidia Drive simulation. This is this digital world created. And you might be like, Jose, what's a great purpose of this digital world? So sometimes you want to know how your vehicle will react in certain situations that you don't really want to test out in real life. For example, let's act like this is the digital world, and let's say a crash happened. It wasn't your fault, and it was two other vehicles that crashed, and now they're in front of you. You don't really want to test that out in the real world, but you can kind of create that situation in the digital world. Now you're able to see what your vehicle's algorithm will do in that scenario. So it does open up a lot of optionalities for companies to kind of test out their future safety products. We also see on March 23rd that the big player, one of the kind of luxury market here in the EV, Lucid Group, builds their intelligent EVs on Nvidia Drive. So the electric automaker announced that its current and future fleets are built on Nvidia Drive and Hyperion for programmable intelligent capabilities. We also see that BYD, the world's second largest electric vehicle maker, announced it is building the next generation fleets on the Drive Hyperion architecture. And just to remind everybody of which one is the Nvidia Drive Hyperion, that is this one, the kind of all-in-one sensors, where it comes with numerous sensors, where it comes with the brain of the computer, and also all the kind of software solutions that Nvidia provides. During the keynote, they also announced the production of their Nvidia Drive Orin, that is the system on chip, the brain of the computer. And they also mentioned that more than 25 vehicle makers have adopted this system on chip. Not only that, they also announced that they are building the next generation, and it will be built on the Atlan. That's the new computer name, and will be for vehicles starting to ship in 2026. We can also see here on Wednesday, February 16th, 2022, Jaguar Land Rover announces partnership with Nvidia. So starting in 2025, all new Jaguars and Land Rover vehicles will be built on Nvidia's Drive software-defined platform. And this is going to be a full stack solution where they're going to be using Nvidia's kind of hardware, the Drive Hyperion. They're going to be using the system on chip, the Orin, which is that main computer. They're also going to be using software solutions, but more importantly, they're also going to be using Nvidia's infrastructure. So they're going to be paying for Nvidia's kind of high performing servers for training of their artificial intelligence models. So we can see this is where Nvidia believes the huge optionality for this company is at right now, and I can definitely see this kind of going in the future. One final thing I do want to mention is during Nvidia's most recent earnings, they do mention that the company has long obligations on inventory, and one of the focus in this inventories is the huge demand for their kind of automotive market. Here they mention outstanding inventory purchase and long-term supply obligations were $9 billion during their most recent quarter, up from $2.5 billion a year ago. And then I do want to mention one final thing. Even though I kind of mentioned the automotive market, what is autonomous vehicle? Autonomous vehicle is pretty much one giant autonomous robot. So the technology that they develop here in the automotive market are technologies that they can use for the robotics market, which I believe is another market that will continue to grow dramatically in the next few years. So again, this is a small portion of Nvidia's total current revenue. I wouldn't say this is the reason why I invest in the company, but it shows how much optionality this company has, where I do believe maybe not this quarter we might see strong growth, but throughout this next 4 quarters, the type of growth rate this market will be seeing will be insane. And I do believe this can help out the overall kind of long-term mentality for investors for Nvidia. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.